Welcome to NOBU Hotel at Caesars Atlantic City. All right, guys, we are finally coming at you from NOBU in Atlantic City and Caesars. I've been trying to get into this room for a long time. Caesars were gracious enough to invite us to stay in this beautiful, beautiful room. Really excited to show you guys. So the NOBU Hotel recently opened in Atlantic City and occupies the top 3 floors of the Centurion Tower. There's actually only 85 rooms here. We were trying to get into this area the last time we were here and it was completely booked. Really excited to show you guys around. Let's start over here in the foyer area. So as you first walk in, very similar kind of a setup and room style to the other rooms like the Centurion Tower, just almost like a little more of like a darker, luxurious, kind of like sexy feel as you first come in. I really like even these tassels on the door. It's just like a nice little touch. As usual with the newer rooms at Caesars, you do have the lights here that will, you can notify the housekeeping if you want housekeeping or do not disturb, all that stuff's on there. You also do have the central control for all the lightings except for the bathroom over at the front, which is nice to have. You got your full length right at the front there. Nice like wood style, kind of rustic looking, but sort of carries on with the room. I really like the blues, very nice kind of bright blues and dark blues and just the different design on the carpet. Really liking the room style. Take you over to the bathroom. You do have the sliding door. What I do like though is, the sliding door in some of the other rooms here will sort of work for the closet and the bathroom. This is just for the bathroom area, which I don't really mind. But as you can see, it is a little bit dark in here, so I do apologize if the camera's not picking up everything. The bathroom is super luxurious. It sort of continues again throughout. I will say the shower does remind me very much of the showers in the other towers. But that being said, I do really like the showers here. They're very spacious. You've got the bench there too if you want to just chill after maybe a long day on the boardwalk. You just want to relax. You do have, again, similar kind of a setup. There's no handheld shower though, which I do really like in the Centurion other rooms and in the Ocean other rooms as well, but not available in this room. But it does look like a very nice rain head shower. Sort of the dark, like the black kind of fixtures as well throughout. It looks very modern, very luxurious. If you've noticed in some of my other videos, which I will leave link below, a lot of the other rooms have like a gold sort of fixture, but yeah, we went for the black in here. It looks nice though. It's the touches that they kind of just thought of everything. Again, they've got the nice modern white Carrara marble tabletop there, like the countertop with a lot of space. I really like how the sink kind of fits above with the matching plug there. Fits above the counter, really like the look of that. But even just the way they kind of thought of different things. So they've got a detoxifying body balm, which I definitely have not seen in the other rooms. I really like that. There is a vanity kit as well included that has all your essentials, nail file, shower cap, you got your Q-tips, you got a bit of everything in here. So I do like when they sort of think of those little extras. It's very nice. Of course, the hand towels. You've got the glasses, which again, if you've seen in my other videos, none of the other rooms really had glasses. We stayed in one room in Caesars that had glasses, which was the center suite. Again, I'll leave that link below if you want to check that room out. But yeah, most of them just have plastic or paper cups. So it is nice that they did include those as well. Natura Bissé, I don't know, we'll let you know. Again, the thing that they thought of a bit of everything. These rugs are not in any other room, so you do have the little rug here if you're standing in front of the bathroom, brushing your teeth, whatever. It's nice, comfortable, rather than standing on a cold tile floor, so that is nice. As standard, they've got the extra toilet roll, they've got the hair dryer, they got stuff like that, but even the fact that they included the flat iron. Now, little bit of trivia for you. I do actually have a little bit of curliness to my hair, so I do actually straighten my hair every time. And it's nice that they included this. It is a Conair one. I do always bring my own, but it is still nice to have that, if you forgot yours or whatever. It's just, again, nice little added touch that they had decided to include in the room. The toilet area is separate. So if you do want to, someone's showering in the room, whoops, tripped over the carpet there. Someone's showering in the room or brushing their teeth or whatever, you need to get access to the toilets. You can do that. It's very private, very nice. As with the other bathrooms, you do have the magnifying mirror as well. Again, matching with the black fixtures and everything, which is really nice. So yeah. The closet area I think is kind of unique as well. So if you're staying in NOBU, they do include the NOBU robes, which as much as I would love to bring that home with me, there probably is a charge with that, so I'm not going to be doing that. These slippers, on the other hand, though, these are things that you can bring home. So, if you want to maybe wear them around the room or throw them in your bag, shouldn't be a problem, but I would definitely keep the robes here, or else you probably will get quite a big charge. They also do include a nice little blanket as well as the steamer for. Actually, let me check, because I got fooled before with a steamer and it actually ended up just being a regular iron. No, okay, so we actually do have the steamer here, not just the iron, so that's nice to see because, you know, the ironing board, I don't know. Something a little bit unique, so yeah, they do have the shoehorn and some other little pieces like that, but something that's unique to this room, which I've definitely never seen in a hotel before, comment below if you have, is the yoga mat. Now, I'm not sure I'm really gonna be, you know, coming to Atlantic City to do my downward dogs or anything like that. But I mean, hey, if you feel inspired, you've got the option. You do also have your safe in here as well. So of course, if you're, you know, winning big bucks in the casino downstairs, you can keep your stuff safe in there. Now where the magic happens. So again, if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll see this layout is probably very similar to some of the other ones you've seen in Centurion or the Ocean Tower. Again, a little bit different though with the carpet and some of the style of the furniture and everything. So over here, there actually is a mini bar. This is something that I actually have not seen very much in Atlantic City. I don't think I've seen it at all. So it is interesting that they do have this stuff. Your menu prices are all here. You know, I tend to avoid this. I don't think I've ever really bought anything from the mini bar, at least not purposely, because you know your prices are usually a little bit outlandish. So I would say best to avoid that. Typically this stuff is on a sensor. If you do lift it up, you more than likely will get charged. Usually they give you 30 seconds or 10 seconds to put it back. I would just not touch it. Yeah, even just little things. The fact that they included the wine opener and stuff like that. You know, a lot of the times, you know, especially if you're traveling with just carry-on, you can't bring something like this on a plane. So it is nice that they have that included in there if you want to open up a bottle of wine in your room. Over here you have a mix of just some drawers, some storage, as well as your paid mini bar, which I will also say to avoid, you know, something like, for example, some Fiji water, you're looking at $7.99. Celsius is $12.99. So I would say just avoid it and just, you know, get some water from the casino, it's free. There also is a little side area over here that you can put your stuff. Not the biggest, but you know, if you want to just throw a couple bottles in there, you won't really be able to fit some leftovers in there, I will say, unless you have them on their side, like if you have like a container and you put it on its side. So just be mindful of that. I would say don't put anything on that side because once again, if anything, you know, affects the sensors of those bottles or cans or things like that, you will likely get charged. The TV is really nice. It looks like a relatively new TV. Sorry, okay, I was just seeing if I could pull it out. I can't. I do like the frame around it though. It does kind of give it a little bit more of like class and elegance, which is nice. Again, Caesars, props to you. Just throw these in the room, people. Any hotel people that are watching these room tours and videos, just keep these in the room. You don't understand how much this means to a traveler once you get off of a plane or get off the road or a bus or whatever you're getting off of. Yeah, it's always nice to have these bottles of waters in the room. It's just, yeah, really appreciate that. What I also really appreciate is the Nespresso coffee machine. So in the other rooms in Caesars, you do have the coffee machine, but it's just like the regular stock coffee machine. This, you do have a Nespresso with a decent amount of coffee pods as well as these little Coffee Mate French vanilla flavors. So that's, yeah, I don't know, just those little, again, added touches I always really love. You also do have the espresso cups, which are pretty nice as well. As I said, in other rooms in Caesars, you typically just get the paper cup, so it is nice to see that. Another thing that was interesting is this little kettle as well. So if you do want to have some tea, there is some tea in the room. So you do have some like lemongrass, ginger, jasmine, song, imperial Earl Grey, and you can just boil your water in here or put your tea right in there. And it's just an electric kettle there with these beautiful teacups as well. So yeah, just again, nice little features. There is a little desk area. The lamp is kind of cool. It's a neat, unique design, unique shape. And they have all the stuff in here that you need to set up, you know, for HDMI, your USB-C, USB, other power cables as well. Obviously your in-room dining. Again, the added touches. You've got the little welcome from Caesars, which is really nice as well as a little chocolate bar, which I'm sure, oh, it's a matcha chocolate bar, which I'm sure we will be fighting over later. So we'll let you know who wins that battle. And then over here, of course, you've got your beautiful view of, we are in an ocean view. Not all rooms are gonna be ocean views, but they did give us an ocean view, which is beautiful. They actually do have a room like this, which is slightly larger, and they have the panoramic view. So you have a view of, you know, the beach and everything, as well as the side. We do just have a view of the side, so I can actually see down the boardwalk over to Tropicana. So it is still a decent view, as well as the beautiful beaches of Atlantic City and the beautiful ocean. It's a very dull day though, unfortunately. It's very, A lot of overcast, a lot of fog, so not the best day, but we are here for about 3 days, so I'm sure we'll get some nice weather in between. This couch is really nice too. I do like the design. These always remind me of like clouds or like mountains, so I do like that design. It is not a pull-out, I was just checking, but I mean, I guess if you were desperate enough, you could probably have somebody sleep here if you really needed to. And I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of couches in the rooms in Caesars as well, so I do like the fact they included the couch. Usually it's just like a chair or two by the window, so that's nice. And beautiful coffee table too. And of course the floor lamp. Now the beds. I have not slept in the bed yet, but I've heard really good things about the beds here, so I will do my best to report back at some point today or at some point in this video to let you know how we slept and everything. It looks like a very decent bed. I do really love the blue leather headboard, and again, how the sort of blues and blacks and different colors kind of go throughout the room, just contrasting the very brightness of the room as well. So I do really enjoy that. One thing I'm really gutted about though is, if you've seen my other videos, you know my beloved phone chargers that they have in a lot of the other rooms. They don't have them in here, and I'm actually really, really gutted because I think those are the most handy things that that they could have in the rooms. I'm glad I still brought my charger because part of me thought, do I even need to bring it because they had them in here? But I'm really glad I did because apparently they don't have them in this particular room. So what are you gonna do? So first impressions, I do really like the room. I do think it's a nice touch of luxury in Atlantic City that I'm not saying we haven't experienced because the other rooms in Caesars are still great, but it is nice to see something a little bit different that we haven't had the opportunity to stay in before. So as well as having the NOBU Tower in Caesars, there's also the NOBU Restaurant, which we do have a reservation for later. I'm starving, we just got off of a plane, so I'm really looking forward to diving into some sushi. So we are gonna check that out momentarily. So if you guys are hungry as well, why don't you follow along?
Later that same evening.
Okay guys, we just had such a good night. We ended up going downstairs, and before dinner we ended up playing Heidi a little bit. I will say Heidi was actually really nice to me. Last time we were here she was not very nice to me, but this time around she was great, so I was really happy to play that for a bit. We did actually check with our host here at Caesars, and they did offer us some tickets to see The Hook. Now this is gonna be our 5th time seeing The Hook. I don't care. I will see the show, 50 more times. It's so much fun. They did actually change it last time we were here about a month or so ago. So, it's great to see sort of a new idea of what the show's kind of morphed into. I'm told that there's going to be some more changes as time goes by. So if you have seen my other videos, some of the acts are going to change. So just be mindful of that, but it's still such a great show and I strongly recommend you go check it out. We then had the Tanashi Hour, the happy hour over at Nobu in the restaurant there. Honestly, guys, some of the best sushi I've eaten. There will be a separate video talking all about all the great things we had. Some of the standouts for me were definitely the shrimp tempura rolls and the this sort of like a sweet baby corn dish. Delicious. Strongly recommended. If you guys are unsure or maybe a little bit apprehensive, because I know the Nobu stuff can be a little more on the premium side, definitely would recommend checking out the Tanoshi/happy hour. It runs from 4:30 to 6, but double check that because on the website it says 4:30 to 6. On the door it said 5 to 6, but the hostess did confirm it is 4:30 to 6. So just double check to be on the safe side. Anyway, strongly recommend. Go check it out. Delicious food if you love sushi or seafood or sort of like Japanese kind of fusion. I think it was Peruvian fusion, but anyway, strongly recommended. Anyway, we are going to get down to the show because we are running a little bit late and I want to make sure we don't miss anything. So we'll go check out the show, let you guys know how it went. Probably checking with you guys in the morning because I imagine we're getting a late show, which is 9 o'clock. Imagine after the show, we're probably going to head to bed shortly after that because we've had a long day of traveling. So we'll see you, I guess, tomorrow morning. See you at the show. All right, good morning, campers. So we just woke up not too long ago, got ourselves together. Slept okay. I will say that the AC was not the best in the room, which surprised me because other rooms in Caesars in Atlantic City that we've stayed in before have amazing air conditioning that you can get the room pretty cold pretty quick. This one seemed to take a long time. It wasn't even that warm to begin with, but it just would not cool down. I don't know why. Maybe it's a problem in the room or vents or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was a little bit warm. Had a quick shower. Shower's okay. I do prefer the showers in the other room with the sort of like the one that you can take the device off the sort of wall and wash everything. I do like that, but shower's still good. Love the bath sheets though. They do have bath sheets in the rooms in here, which are great. Hate those small towels. I love a bath sheet that you can just sort of wrap around yourself and just dry off, and yeah, really enjoyed that. We're gonna do some running around today, so I'm probably going to give you, I guess, my final thoughts now, just because I know we have some other things to get up to. I can't imagine we're going to be doing much else, or there's going to be anything else that's major that's going to come up. So I guess just quickly, I will say that we have really enjoyed our time in NOBU, in Caesars and all that. Had a fantastic dinner, which, you know, you will get a separate video for that as well to sort of see what we ate, which was pretty much everything on the Tanashi menu, which is their happy hour, and just really great. I love attention to detail. I just love when hotels think of those extra things that when you walk into a hotel, you would like to have, because I am that type of person who I always am thinking of every single thing I need. Like, you know, I literally have a toiletry bag packed at all times ready to go, because I don't want to forget anything, and to me, a hotel that sort of does that for you, I really appreciate. So even things like the wine openers, the flat iron in the bathroom, and, you know, just things like that that make you go into a hotel and just feel like you don't need to worry and that they've taken care of it for you. I really appreciate that, and I think that's fantastic, and I think that they do a very good job of that in NOBU. I will say there's things I prefer about, you know, their regular rooms, but there's also things I prefer about this room. So, you know, you really can't go wrong either way. Both, you know, any room option you're gonna get in Caesars in Atlantic City is probably gonna be a pretty decent one. You know, as I said, I didn't love the Forum Tower, but it's not even that it was a bad room, it was just a strange atmosphere. The fact that the view, at least our particular view, was in the lobby, which, you know, there'll be a separate video for that, so you can check that out. I'll leave that link below. But yeah, overall with NOBU, would definitely stay in here again. Really enjoyed it. Really just enjoyed the NOBU experience of being able to eat there, you know, sleep here, just all of it. So unless anything else pops up that I can think of in the meantime, I'm probably gonna leave you here. We are here for 2 more nights still, but I am probably gonna leave you here, at least just, you know, because unless there's anything major that comes up. So if I have forgotten anything, you guys have any questions or, you know, things like that, please do not hesitate to leave them below. It's really helpful to other travelers, so they probably the same questions that you guys have. It's also really helpful for me, because any interaction you guys have with my videos, whether you're liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, it all helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed, I ask that you please consider subscribing to the channel. Totally free for you. It really helps me keep delivering this free content to you. I've got tons of Atlantic City videos. I've got tons of like Caesars room videos in general. So if you're planning to come here and you want to stay in Caesars, or, you know, even Tropicana, or, you know, some of the other places around Atlantic City, it'll be linked below. But make sure you subscribe, because I always, you know, like posting new stuff weekly. So yeah, with that, I will bid you adieu. This is Daniel Spotlight. Viva Atlantic City, Viva NOBU, Viva Caesars, all that, and we'll see you in the next one.